We're celebrating with Mark Storace, of course, from KROKUS fame, and now the Storace Band, Live and Let Live, the first album. Mark, tell us about what you feel most proud of achieving creatively with the first album and your plans for the follow-up album. What can we expect?
Well, let me turn this down first. Okay. As my wife's going up to sleep. So, yeah, I've turned you down a little bit.
No problem.
The whole thing with doing a solo album, it wasn't my intention, although I had thought about it, every now and then, few years go by. But suddenly COVID was upon us, and KROKUS did a farewell tour, a festival tour all over Europe in 2019. And shortly after that, it was like, the guy said, we're going to pack it in, just forever. We had some dates lined up with Saxon, and we would have come to the USA again and Canada, and even played Mexico and some other places. But the guys decided this whole Corona thing was going on. They threw in the towel, and I said, well, I'm not ready to stop, and this might not go on forever. And when things get better again, I'd better be ready with something else. So I'm going to do a solo album. And I started writing new stuff, and found a couple of good musicians I could work with. And when I had the right amount of songs, went into the studio and recorded the whole thing old school, like the whole band playing as if we were playing a concert, recording each song about 5 times and taking the best. And so Live and Let Live came into being, and I was happy that I had achieved that during a dead time in everyone's life, because nobody was doing anything anymore, and the show business seemed to be collapsing. Everything else, people were losing their businesses, especially the small businesses were going bankrupt and stuff, and so I came out of that with a new album, and I started touring with a studio band, straight away. And later on, I thought I want to get rockier and harder, and carried on with this new band. Took a little break, got this new band together, the same people I have with me now, and we're delivering a hard rock show now. And obviously, when you play for 1.5 hours, one album isn't enough to fill up the whole night. So I've as I said before, I took one song from Easy Money, my London band. I took another song from an album which I did with this incredible guitar player, an album called Blue. And then I picked a couple of KROKUS songs that KROKUS doesn't play anymore, like To the Top, and Midnight Maniac. And so I had this new headliner set together, which really, really went down well,
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the next album and the next tour next year. And right now, as I said, Tommy Henriksen of the Hollywood Vampires and Alice Cooper Band, he lives an hour and a half away from me here. And he's producing my new album, Storace 2. and yeah, I'm really happy with the songs. And Tommy's a great songwriter, and he's
Yeah, of
also
course.
great with a great engineer, producer, whatever. He can do it, and so I'm looking forward to just signed a new record contract with Frontiers
Okay.
in Italy. And so you're going to be hearing more from me, my band, Storace, uh, within the next years, as
Yeah.
well as the reunited Crocus, obviously. We just
Yes.
played two great festivals this year. And
Tell us about those festivals.
yeah, we played in last August was the Riverside Arborg Festival, which we played before one time, and this was really great. And
Is that in Switzerland? Where is that?
it's in Switzerland, both gigs.
Okay.
The first one was in the Hallenstadion again. The Hallenstadion is the holy grail, holy ground of rock for
Yeah.
the Swiss German part of Switzerland. And Krokus was the first ever Swiss act to ever sell it out, way back in '82
Okay.
with the hardware tour.
Yeah.
And
Must have been exciting with your friends and family there in the homeland.
yeah, definitely amazing. It was amazing, just breathtaking.
And where was the other festival?
Well, Headhunt, not Headhunter, Hallenstadion
Yeah.
was the first festival we
Okay.
played this year with Crocus, and the second one was uh, it wasn't a festival. It was more like we had two acts playing before us.
Okay.
We had Uriah Heep as
Yeah.
special guests, and before that we had this internationally unknown Swiss act, which they play covers, but they're
Okay.
really, really good. And so this was the Hallenstadion, and then we just played in Riverside, Arborg, and that was a festival,
Oh,
and
fantastic.
it was really great. Yeah.
You get along with the Uriah Heep guys, Mick Box and those guys?
Oh yeah, still, yeah, always. They're really good. They're good at what they
Yeah.
do, and it's great that they've kept the band going and people love them. They have these evergreen hits.
Yeah. They launch into easy living and people go crazy.
Yeah, that's my favorite actually, Easy Living, because it's got drive,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was great. We had a great night. It was
That's
it was
that's
really
that's
nice.
beautiful. Now, when you
Mhm.
record Storace with Tommy Hendrickson, does he have his own studio or where will you be doing that at?
Oh, this is the most differently done album it will be um, that I've ever done, because I started off recording lead vocals in his little studio at home. Then I continued recording lead vocals at our drummer's place, Pat Abbey, outside Lausanne in the French part of Switzerland. And then recently I started recording lead vocals down at this guy. His name's VO.
Yes.
And he's got this studio where he records a lot of heavy metal, and it's got a great sound. And I love recording with him because he understands what I'm going for. So far I've recorded in 3 different places. But you know how it is nowadays. Nowadays you can record the drums in the end. You know, you have a demo, click track or whatever,
Yeah.
and record to that. As long as you can feel good doing it and put your heart and soul into it like it's a finished thing. But you know, I'm a hardened singer, and my fantasy is always vivid and alive, and so I enjoyed recording every track. And in the end, when Tommy comes back from the tour he's on with Alice Cooper, he's gonna dive into this and put all the bits and pieces together and check out what needs to be done, what needs to be re-recorded. And obviously there's going to be some stuff which I did, which even I would like to re-record, you know. But we have time, you know, and we're not planning to release until next, I don't know, it's going to be May, June, I guess,
Okay.
you know,
Next summer.
2024. Hmm?
Yeah, next summer release.
Yeah, yeah, and then
Okay.
do festivals and a tour, and you know, go whichever way the wind blows. You know, if it's a hit album, then you just play and play and
Yeah,
play.
you follow the buzz.
Yeah.
Well, that must be exciting because I know as gratifying as Crocus has been, you know, there's always challenge. Band member changes, label changes, you know, the hills and the valleys, but
Yeah.
now you're in complete control. It's your songs, and you have a wider range of styles. You know, with Crocus, people expect, you know, a certain style, and with Storace, you can stretch it, you can bend it.
Hold on a sec.
Yes.
She can't sleep. Are you come?
So Mark Storace has been our guest. Of course, we're celebrating the amazing Storace band's Live and Let Live, the debut album. The next one coming up with Tommy Hendrickson. So exciting. I know they just had a listening party the other day for Tommy's new single at Johnny Depp's studio here in the Hollywood Hills. Obviously, his bandmate from the Hollywood Vampires. And of course, Alice Cooper always touring. Of course, the new album Road, Tommy's all over it, and hopefully he'll take a break soon and get in the studio with Mark. So, Mark, how do you see the next record changing, or what would you like to do differently that you didn't do on the first one? Is there, I know, obviously new songs, but are there some new styles, or what do you hope to expand on?
Well, it's the first Live and Let Live was more experimental. It was like I was like spreading my wings, and you know, I had a lot of elbow room, you know. And now it's, you know, we decided to go more in a hard rock direction,
Okay.
not trying to be like Crocus
Yeah.
or anyone else, um, but you know, with the sound uh, that I have, and even new sounds coming into it, you know, and ideas coming from Tommy and band members.
Yeah. Kind of more
And
of a mainstream rock sound.
yeah, I would say
Yeah.
uh, it's got to be more of a party atmosphere in
Yeah.
there
A celebration.
as well as a couple of more serious, you know, songs. Well, serious, just songs, but um, and there's at the same time there's variety, you know, in the album. But you know, we're still, you know, far from far from the release date, and things can develop and happen and go different ways, and new songs can be written in the meantime. And so, but the main thing I like to say is it's gonna rock. It's gonna rock more than
Oh, no doubt.
the first one.
Well, we have always enjoyed our conversations all the way back to 45 years on the Metal Rendezvous debut tour. Our special guest is the one and only Mark Storace. You know him, you love him. He's given us so much great music. You can expect more to come. Mark, thank you so much. Always a pleasure. Best to you and your family. And we can't wait to hear that new music in 24.
Thank you, Jay. It's been great talking, and keep on keeping on.